All right, let's dive into a DIY project that honestly can make or break the look of a room, putting up new window blinds. It sounds so simple, right? But getting the measurements wrong is such a classic, frustrating mistake. So today, we're going to walk through exactly how to get it right the very first time, saving you a ton of time, money, and hassle. You know the look, right? That dream of having crisp, clean blinds that fit your window like a glove, giving you the perfect vibe and just the right amount of light. It really is the cherry on top for any room. And wow, the result can be genuinely transformative. I mean, just look at the warmth and style blinds can add to a space like this. For a pretty simple project, the impact is absolutely huge. But then that little voice of doubt kicks in, right? You're about to spend your hard-earned money, and the thought of ordering blinds that are even a centimeter too wide or too short, well, it's pretty nerve-wracking. That's the exact headache we're here to help you avoid. Okay, so let's get right into it. The DIY blinds dilemma. We're going to start with the most common slip-ups that lead to that not-so-perfect fit. Oh man, it is so easy to go wrong here. The biggest pitfall? Assuming two windows that look identical are the same size. They're almost never perfect. You have to measure each one on its own. Another classic mistake is measuring your old saggy blinds instead of the actual window frame. And please, for the love of DIY, do not use a fabric tape measure. They can stretch and throw your numbers off completely. We're going to fix all of that. Okay, on to what is, without a doubt, the most important decision you'll make before you even think about picking up that tape measure. Are you going to go for an inside fit or an outside fit? So let's break this down. It's actually pretty simple. An inside recess fit means the blind sits nice and tidy within the window opening itself. It gives you that really clean, built-in look. On the other hand, an outside recess fit is mounted on the wall outside the frame, so it overlaps the entire opening. This one choice changes everything about the look and the function of your blinds. So how do you pick? Well, an inside fit is your best friend if you're going for that sleek, minimalist style that saves space. But an outside fit has some awesome perks too. You can pull the blind totally clear of the window to let in maximum light. It also gives you better privacy and blocks more light when it's closed. Plus, the installation is often just a little bit more forgiving. So it really comes down to what you want more, that clean, built-in look or total control over light and privacy. Decision made? Awesome. Now, let's get your gear together. Using the right tools here is totally non-negotiable if you want pro-level results. You only need a few simple things, really. Your absolute hero here is a metal steel tape measure. It's rigid, it won't stretch, and it guarantees you get an accurate reading. Next, a pencil and some paper. And I mean it. Write down every single number the second you measure it. It is amazing how fast you can forget or mix them up. And of course, if you've got tall windows, grab a sturdy step ladder. Safety first, always. And now we are at the heart of the matter, the actual measuring. And to make sure we get this perfectly right, we're going to follow a very simple but very powerful rule. You've heard this a million times, and for good reason. Measure twice, order once. Honestly, I'd even say measure 3 times. Double-checking, even triple-checking is the one thing that will save you from making a really expensive mistake. It's your last line of defense before you click that order button. Okay, for an inside fit, this is the method. Pay close attention. First, you're going to measure the width in 3 different spots, at the top, in the middle, and at the bottom. Because here's the secret. No window frame is perfectly square. You'll probably get 3 slightly different numbers. You always use the narrowest one. Then you do the exact same thing for the height or the drop. Measure on the left, in the middle, and on the right, and you take the shortest measurement. And now for the most important step of all. You do not make any deductions yourself. You give the blind company these exact smallest measurements, and they make the tiny adjustments so it fits perfectly. Don't try to outsmart them. Now, for an outside fit, we're kind of flipping the script. Here, it's all about deciding how much you want the blind to overlap the window frame. A really good rule of thumb is to add at least 5 centimeters or about 2 inches on all 4 sides. So then you measure the total width and total height that you want the blind to cover, including that overlap. And here's the key difference. These numbers are final. The dimensions you give are the exact final size the blind will be made to. Excellence! You've totally got the core skills down. So let's finish up with a few pro tips that'll help you dodge those common rookie mistakes and really nail the final results. Okay, here is a term that the pros know all about, but lots of DIYers miss: stack height. All this means is the amount of space the blind takes up at the top of the window when it's all pulled up. And this stack can be pretty big. We're talking 15 to 20 centimeters, sometimes more. So why does this matter? Well, for an outside fit, if you want to see your whole window when the blind is open, you have to mount the blind high enough above the frame so that this stack doesn't block the top of the glass. It's a tiny detail that makes a massive difference to your view. And hey, don't forget to think about the material itself. It's not just about what looks good, it's about what works where. Real timber blinds are gorgeous and bring so much warmth to living rooms and bedrooms. But if you're putting blinds in a bathroom or kitchen, you'll want to go for something like PVC or aluminum that can handle all that steam and moisture without warping. All right, before you finalize those numbers and hit buy, do me a favor, take one last careful look at your window. Is there anything at all that could get in the way? Seriously, scan for these classic troublemakers. Do your window handles stick out a lot? That could stop an inside mount blind from closing all the way. Are there tiles inside the recess that make it a bit narrower at the bottom? Is there a big radiator right under the sill? Spotting things like window handles, tiles, or even furniture now will save you from a major installation headache later on. And there you have it. You are no longer guessing. You've got the knowledge, you've got the method, and you've got the pro tips to measure for your new blinds with absolute confidence. So the only real question left is, are you ready to go transform your space? Because you've absolutely 100% got this. Because when you have the right measurements, that perfect professional-looking result is totally within your reach. Just remember, it's not about being a pro installer, it's about being a prepared one. Thanks for joining us and happy decorating.